hubris, the abject wickedness, the open tyranny. This is not like an elephant in the room. This is like a giant frothing whale in the room. And one side of me just says I should just cancel all the guests today. I'm not going to, because I want to talk about all this news. They are announcing forced inoculations of Gardasil for all girls in Mexico. A crippling, maiming sentence for many, death for many others. That right there has got me ready to drive to Mexico with an interpreter to try to bullhorn and warn people, and of course be beat up and arrested by the police, whose own daughters will be maimed by it. They don't care. It's the nature of the compartmentalized system, how we destroy ourselves. They're now announcing they're going to try to push mandatory Gardasil shots for all boys in the U.S. That's in the Associated Press today. Napolitano has come out and attacked Drudge with a bunch of lies. And we've written an article, the 10 lies, 10 facts that prove Big Sis is wrong. And Drudge, of course, linked to that last night. I saw it this morning. I don't know if it's still there. Also, a well-known reporter and blogger and, I guess, actress, very lovely lady, reportedly had the TSA woman actually insert her fingers into her body through the clothing. She was shocked that she was able to do that, and screamed and cried and begged for help and was reportedly laughed at, so she spoke out against it, and the TSA is now announcing that they're going to sue her. That's in Forbes and Associated Press. And then Big Sis announced last night that they're going to have MRI-powered level scanners. She wants to take her shoes off. Oh, I'll be taking my shoes off and braving the athlete's foot and flesh-eating bacteria where thousands of people have walked through that day at, you know, Newark, Liberty, or LAX, or all the other hellholes that I have to fly through. Ladies and gentlemen, you can pull up, just type MRIs cancer. They had the New York Times last year showing thousands of people permanently made bald, including women, by the cone of the MRI scanner because they're so high-powered. You have to calibrate them each week under federal and state law, a regular dental-type X-ray once a month, even a chest X-ray once a month. A private firm has to come in and certify. You have to have a radiation officer with a badge. TSA is totally exempt from all of that. They don't even give Congress radiation records, and when they were forced to, they were all fake. And they've had them in for 8 years, almost 8 years in Boston Logan, right at an 8-time increase in cancer over 8 years in that cancer cluster, so they're 8 for 8. And she just announces super high-powered feet scanners that will give a complete imaging scan of your feet. I mean, blasting you. A MRI dwarfs a chest X-ray. MRIs are extremely dangerous. They fire high-powered waves into your body. I mean, how do you think they're mapping every contour of the brain, every contour of the heart in a 3D model? I mean, this is hardcore pounding. And a lot of them are uncalibrated or aren't calibrated right. And boy, when they don't calibrate one right, sometimes people have strokes. And I just called Watson and told him, you got to do an article on this. And he's like, I'm already writing one on the global government announcement. And I said, I know, so I'll go talk to Nemo. Or Aaron was up here late, he's not here. I mean, I'm like in my bunker giving orders to armies that don't exist, just trying to warn people. I mean, that's a devastating announcement. And it's just a little footnote, and they're putting up random highway scanners that are so high-powered they make MRIs look tame, where they have families. I have newscasts drive under it, and troops, National Guard are running it, instead of fighting fires, are out there with cops running people through as they drive their cars under things. I've talked to different radiologists, 10 to 100 times a chest X-ray. I mean, 20 years ago, they wouldn't let troops use DU. Now they just hand it out to everybody and say it's fine when their own manuals say it's a death sentence. It ignites going out the barrel and gives you a lethal dose. It may take 20 years to kill you. One round of DU fired, you should be wearing a full mop gear, total decontamination, just to fire one round. It was only to be used inside of a full nuclear war with the Russians, with a 10-to-1 superiority when they poured across out of Eastern Europe into Germany. For ground troops to knock out tanks in a 10-to-1 superiority. And even then the Pentagon said it shouldn't be used. What changed? Where, hey, we'll just MRI your feet every time you fly. Hey, we'll just stick our hands down your pants. Hey, we'll just use DU. Hey, we'll have thousands of companies open-air GMO cross-species crops. What changed? It's like the elite want to destroy the earth. They want to destroy this creation. They are beyond madness, beyond lunacy. Now, I haven't even hit the big news yet. It's all happening. Wait till I get to this. They are openly engineering and announcing and pulling the trigger on the world government takeover program. It's now gone from...
HempUSA.org has moved and expanded its operations for faster worldwide shipping. Our product line has grown from 5 to nearly 100 items in less than 5 years. Our food is grown naturally, always chemical-free, not found in stores. Great for daily intake and perfect for your emergency storage shelter. Call 908-691-2608 or visit HempUSA.org and see what our powders, seeds, and oil can do for you.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it led back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
From the shattered Rust Belt come the Lost Vegas.
I brought no one with me. No one with me here. I just came to watch my LED.
Life Before the Collapse. Vinyl LP by the Lost Vegas.
Drinking too much coffee. I'm eating the shade and somewhere big.
Life Before the Collapse by the Lost Vegas on 180-gram vinyl and mastered especially for vinyl by legendary audio engineer Steve Hall.
This guy, why don't want me to this guy?
Life Before the Collapse by the Lost Vegas. The Lost Vegas. Now available at Amazon.com.
Infowars.com for 16 years has led the charge against the technocrats. We have had unrivaled success in unlocking minds, expanding paradigms, and rallying the people to face the New World Order. No one can deny that our media operation is the tip of the spear, and it's because of our success that we have a responsibility to intensify our operations against the globalist 110%. We're only a month away from launching a weeknight news broadcast. The social network is nearing completion as well. The free newsletter is reaching hundreds of thousands. Please spread the word about Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Sign up at the top of Infowars.com for the free Infowars Insider email with exclusive video and text reports as well as breaking news. Look in the mirror. You are the resistance. It is up to us, the Info Warriors, to take the initiative and to defeat the globalist.
They're poisoning the water with fluoride. They're spraying the air with heavy metals. Why and what can you do to defend your family? This week at waterwebinar.com in an all-new free live online webinar, Earth's most powerful cleansing secret is being revealed. A secret they don't want you to know about. Find out how to take fluoride and heavy metals out of your water and your body. Use it to neutralize deadly inorganic particles like lead, aluminum, even mercury, and remove these accumulated poisons from your body. Go to waterwebinar.com. A water secret so powerful, some have called it the #1 threat to the entire New World Order health agenda. It was even used during Chernobyl to clean up nuclear contamination. Go to waterwebinar.com now and sign up for free to find out how to turn the worst water on this planet into pristine, clear drinking water which heals your body. You can take your water freedom into your own hands and defend yourself and your family from the globalist health agenda. Don't get left behind. It's your life, your water, your freedom. Fight for it. Go to waterwebinar.com now.
Stuff's getting crazier and crazier. Chuck Norris in a syndicated column yesterday, plugged Infowars.com and pointed out that the war on terror is basically a fraud, that our government is enabling Al-Qaeda and rebranding the terror apparatus to suppress the American people. This was all over every major big conservative news magazine, Town Hall, World Net Daily, Ammo Land, just a huge story. We need to get Chuck back on the show. I know he's been a listener, I don't know, he said 15 years. He's been listening since close to the start. And it's hard to believe that there's criminal elements running the government. See, I'm not saying Al-Qaeda doesn't exist, so there aren't Muslim terrorist extremists. I'm explaining there's global corporate interest that are funding and protecting them to then menace the West to take our liberties and set up a control grid that's then used on the general public. And now, it's all come true. And Chuck heard me talk about this 7, 8, 9 years ago. And now he's starting to really go public. Look at the Drudge Report, the king of all news drivers, linking to us on a weekly basis, sometimes more often, carrying our report as a counter to Big Sis attacking him yesterday. We're really having a huge effect because we understand reality. We study how things really work. And we're willing to talk about it when most people aren't aware of it, knowing that over time the truth will defeat the lies. I'm hated, I'm demonized, I'm vilified, I'm attacked. But in the final equation, it doesn't matter because somebody's got to tell the truth. As Mark Twain said in the beginning, a patriot is a scarce man, hated and feared and brave. But in time, when his cause succeeds, the timid join him because then it costs nothing to be a patriot. Well, we haven't gotten to the point where it costs nothing. But if we are going to save this country and save Western civilization and save any form of our republic, we're going to have to face reality. And it's an ugly reality. Denial has let corrupt individuals really go far, to the point where they think they've got us. We're going to stick our hands down your pants. We're going to arrest 10-year-olds selling lemonade. We're not going to let you have gardens. We're going to shut down Gibson Guitar, tell them move to Madagascar. We're going to give waivers to insiders on health care. We're going to engage in this, and what you gonna do about it? Well, we're going to do a lot about it. That's what we're going to do. Now, I'll have to get to this more later. Again, what is my top story? They're now announcing they're going to put MRIs in that blast your feet, and of course, it'll continue the radiation up towards your genitals. I mean, that right there, just insane, hidden in plain view. Or the huge announcements in hundreds of newspapers, and the talking point must have gone out yesterday because I started seeing it in the news and then heard it on Bloomberg Financial, where all 5 of the guests all were reading, and I kept saying, are they playing the same tape? And it wasn't. It was their in-studio economists all reading the exact same thing. And I got home and searched it, and there it was in hundreds of news articles. The world will go into total depression. There'll be martial law and total collapse. That's in major newspapers today. If you don't give unlimited trillions to the banks and let them set up a financial union where you pay your carbon taxes and VAT to them. We must get rid of all sovereignty. The problem is democracy in Germany. They are voting Merkel's people out because they're handing all power over to this system. We've got to, and then experts, well, I think in the end it's all we can do. So yes, we'll do the reasonable thing and set up the governance system for the European financial structure to consolidate into a financial private corporate union. Yes, it is the plan. We're doing quite well. And then Bloomberg Financial